Hey, Timo here. I want to talk to you a little bit about, what it takes to run junk removal. And we'll go over some tools you need, some of my setup next time. But when I say what it takes, a lot of people just think, just go get you a truck. Oh, I'm strong. I don't doubt that. I'm not throwing no shade or whatever. But having heart is really what sets you apart. It's not your physical. It's more of your mental, but it's definitely heart. Most of the time, 10% of the time, you're put in a situation where honestly, it just sucks. There is no other way to describe it. You are digging through unwanted items, aka trash, from clients. It could be nasty, it could be dirty diapers, it could be old car batteries, right? So you're dealing with battery acid. You could be dealing with bugs. I hate bugs, cockroaches, etc. It's pretty common. Rats, rat poop, right? In storages, these things happen all the time. Nasty, you got to deal with it, right? Really ridiculously heavy items. Recliners are really hard. Those motorized recliners, there's no good ways to put them up. Those mirrors, those tonal mirrors, right? That have all the electronics things built in, those suck, right? They're really heavy. Different pieces of furniture, some workout equipment, right? A whole, what are those? Bowflex, gyms, 4-in-1, right? Like those suck. Rocks, construction, just straight up rocks and tile. I have blown out my suspension and 2 tires. I have burned my brakes going down mountains. What am I saying? Heart. You got to use your wits, right? This isn't like, being a dumb homo sapien where you just pick up rocks and that's fine. This requires a lot of foresight and thinking, right? Don't just go in and say yes. Oh yeah, sure, I think I can do it, right? But don't just go and say no. You got to work with the client, right? And then yes, it does take physical athleticism, endurance, strength, all that stuff. Absolutely. You are working in the elements. Trash is generally in places that people don't want it, i.e. out of sight, out of mind. So if you're dealing with like a hotel or, big property management, luxury in Beverly Hills, like you are in the bottom of the service part, like where nobody wants to see you. You'll have to deal with security, all that stuff. So it's very important, to have that physical strength and all that. But the most important, going back to it, is heart. There will be things you see that will absolutely disgust you. If you move a bed or a couch off somebody's bedroom, people have sex. People leave condoms, sex toys, etc. I'm just telling you this because it surprised me at the beginning. Now, if it happens, I'll pull something aside, this and that, if it's dirty or whatever, and the client's there, if it's in home, right? It's one thing. You just go to the client and say, hey, I was able to move the item a little bit. Did you want to maybe go and clean up after it? Clean up, we saw some items there, clean up under it. And it is going to be embarrassing. It could also be a safety deposit box. I've seen a $100 bill back there, right? Like, these are all things I found a social security card one time, and I immediately took a picture of it covering the social security card so you can just see the outside rim, sent it to the client with like, hey, I need to talk to you, emergency. Here's what I found. I didn't want to send, the actual social security picture through the iCloud or whatever the things are saved. And I said, I found somebody's social security. Luckily, the brother was there. From the client, we talked about it, and I was a little reluctant, but at the end of the day, like, that's their call. But as long as I gave it to, one of the family members of the clients, condoms, sex toys, same thing. Let them clean up for it, go get water, go get a tool from the truck, let them kind of deal with it, and then come back, right? You gotta have heart. There's things that you will be asked to do that are disgusting. You don't have to agree to everything. If you don't have the proper safety equipment, you don't have to agree to it. What am I telling you? Listen, I do it. I do it all. But I'm gonna charge extra. If it can contaminate me and put my family or myself at risk, costs extra, right? If I have the proper safety tools, right? Gloves, obviously, good boots, back brace for heavy items, and you might need a hazmat Tyvek suit, right? These are just being honest here, right? So you gotta have heart, you gotta have brains, and you gotta have strength. All right, y'all, Timo out.